Hi everybody! Welcome to Talk-ohhh-Challenge Thursday. Picking my brains day. That sounds weird, but I think it's right. Welcome to Talk-ohhh-Challenge. My name is Sarah. I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten, and with this particular series, I'm focusing on the planning and composing phase of a painting. However weird it might get, I'm gonna try to let you into my brain while I think about what to paint, what to do with a certain topic, and then I will have a sped up part of the video showing you what I actually paint, and then I'm coming back talking to you a bit about what I maybe liked, not liked, how it actually goes with the planning phase, if it's similar, if it's not. And well, yeah, then I encourage you to take the same word and draw something and maybe send it to me so that I could show it to all the lovely people if you feel comfortable with that. I'm actually having still the thinking about if I want to make a Facebook group kind of survey running. So if you feel you want to have a Facebook group where I give you the first word of each month and you can paint whatever you want to do with it, and well, send in the photos of your lovely artwork, I will make a video and show it to all the lovely peoples on the internet what great stuff you come up with. Feel free, I would love to hear if that would be something that you want me to do. Now, I'm using a word generator for deciding what I'm going to paint, because otherwise I think a lot about during the week what I'm going to do, and then I forget to tell you what actually goes on in my mind. So, word generator, and let's see, the word of the day is woodchuck. Definition: a common large North American marmot montax, which is usually reddish brown, more or less grizzled with gray. It makes extensive burrows and is often injurious in growing crops, called also groundhog. Okay, I think it's a kind of a tree, I think. Let's see if I'm right. Or if it's just a type of bark or something. Oh, no, it's an animal. Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't have a clue what these animals look like. I think they're a bit like, they're a mixture between a beaver and, what are these called? Those little animals like Timon in Lion King. I don't know what they are called, but I think that woodchuck is a mixture of both of those when it comes to what it looks like. I'm just gonna note the word for later that I don't forget. So what am I gonna paint? I need the definition again. Thought I was done. I'm so not. So, a common large North American animal. It is usually reddish brown, more or less grizzled with gray. It makes extensive burrows and is often injurious to growing crops, called also groundhog. Groundhog Day. Yeah, that was a movie. I should have known that. Anyway, I'm feeling, first of all, I'm feeling kind of watercolory today. It's still very hot in my studio while I shoot this video. So acrylics, I'm not feeling that because they would dry too fast on me. And I don't like these additions that you can put into acrylic colors to make the drying process drag out. Hate those. So I don't own these, and that kind of limits me with acrylics on these hot days. It's really, really, really hot in my studio, though it's getting cooler outside. So in a couple of days I could usually probably do acrylics again without getting frustrated. Now, so I feel watercolory. I don't think I would want to do anything with markers today. Nah. I don't want to go... Well, there's so many cartoons that have an animal character like that you would probably recognize it. So I'm talking about a lot of beavers, like Disney movies or Saturday morning cartoons or something. So I don't feel going that route. I don't feel like doing a cartoon or I don't know, an illustration, like children's book illustration. Not feeling that. For whatever reason, I sometimes really don't know why. My intuition, my stomach, my emotions say what medium I should use. It's really nothing that I could, well, decide about a lot of times. Or if I really decide with my head, it usually goes like horribly wrong because, yeah, I don't know. I'm weird like that. So I'm thinking watercolors, which limits the size and what I could do. With the medium, I'm not really feeling mixed media, so maybe I put in a few colored pencils, but probably not. So if I just go watercolors, it would be a very loose painting. What I could do is adding some line work with markers, permanent markers, just or ink maybe. And I think what would be nice is if I wouldn't stay within the lines with the colors, but have them so loose that the painting actually is defined by the line works. So I hope you know what I mean. So let's say I put a tree in the background, right? So that would be the marker line work, the thing that I just did here with my pencil, and color would have like a frizzly thing like this. So the green would bleed out and like until here, the brown until here. That's what I mean. So I think I'd feel like a painting like this. I don't know, for whatever reason, I oftentimes really don't try to think about why my art brain, that's what I call it, does things. So it does certain techniques without me actually thinking about it. So I think my art brain is just more clever than I am. So let's get started on the beaver. Or woodchuck. Why do I think beaver? Because I'm probably reminded of that. So let's say he should be the focal point, definitely. So if I put him, and I should sharpen my pencil at one point, if I put him like, I don't know, I think he has a short tail. Hope so. I don't know. I should maybe take a peek at the net on what kind of tail they have, if they have tails, whatever. So let's say I'm putting that figure in here and have just a hill or something, like a bit of stone up here, that would be gray. And then green all the way down here with few flowers or whatnot. And in the background have maybe a darker green like here and a blue here. So that would be forest, sky, and then you have the woodchuck like really sitting there as a focal point, and just have kind of like a bit of grass. I really have to look what they look like. I don't remember. I'm horrible. What the heck? Okay. So it would have, let's take a new one. They would have a bit of a elongated, do they have ears? Yeah, they do. A bit of an elongated head, ear, and then just sitting there, and tiny feet, more like a mouse or something. Don't know if they have a tail, so I just still give them a shorter tail. But I think I'd still have him sit here like in the sun. I think. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. And then really do very loose watercolors and have the definition of the painting being done with black permanent marker, white permanent marker, and then that's it. Very, very loose artwork. I think that would be it. You have it on a smaller surface, not too big, not too much that you'd have to do there. So I think I'm just gonna give it a try, see how it goes, and then I'm gonna come back and well, let you know. Okay, see you in a few. you have it. This is my Woodchuck. I'm bringing in the planning phase, so I stayed very true with the planning of where do I put what, sky, the forest, meadow, stone, but I added a bit of a stone underneath the Woodchuck that I didn't plan out here. But other than that, I stayed very true to my composition planning thing, like where do I put what. I also stayed very close to what I planned with how I'd compose the painting when it comes to how to use the media. So I had the watercolor really flowing and blooming and doing its thing, having some sections that are not colored at all. And I used the marker, and I used a Copic 0.3 multi-liner, which is waterproof, and I really love that, because then I could sketch out the painting first, have it colored, and then well, strengthen the line work a bit, as you just saw. So I did that, and well, have a very loose, very busy wildlife kind of painting here, and I like how it turned out. First, I wasn't too happy with the way the tree line worked when I watercolored, because it didn't flow as much as I thought. But once I had let it dry, and I didn't use a blow dryer, I just let it air dry to not have the water lines move up too much, but rather have a bit of brush strokes in there and stuff like that. So I was happy once it was dried. I wasn't too sure while painting it. I really liked how the purple and black worked out here to make a nice gray. And just with a bit of tissue, you could really blot away a lot of color and make these patterns, especially for stone. I really, really like that. So I think all in all, I'm quite happy with the painting. Let's see how it goes once I am letting it sit here for a week or two before I publish it, and then have it on the Saturday's Talk-ohhh-Challenge. Let's see how I feel there. I didn't add any white to the eye yet. I'm not sure if I will later. I think a gel marker would just stand out too much. It would be too white, but I don't want to go with watercolor white. Maybe I just leave it as it is, or yeah, maybe I'm going to add watercolor. I'm not sure yet, so it might be that I change that eye up a tiny bit, but if I'm the way I know me, I probably won't. So that's the finished painting. That's my Woodchuck. If you should have any questions, especially for the painting, which I have sped up and didn't say anything about it, if you have any questions on that, please let me know. Otherwise, I will have the working time and all the media I used on my blog with a few more close-up photos, and yeah, you can check that out on my webpage. I thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to do all the good YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, and maybe leave me the feedback regarding the Talk-ohhh-Challenge Facebook group that I think about making, what you feel like, what you think about that idea, would you want to participate, stuff like that. I'm really curious to know, and I would very much appreciate your feedback on that. And I'm going to see you tomorrow with a new Friday painting, and on Saturday with a new Talk-ohhh-Challenge. So take good care, have fun, go create, go paint, go do some artwork, whatever your media is, whatever you do. And have a good day. Take good care. Bye.